Nice. Well, greetings, everybody. Welcome once again to the RecPoker podcast. Our official sponsor, as always, is Running Aces Racetrack, Casino, and Hotel. And two of our other sponsors are Learn Pro Poker and Website Amp. This is the chats edition of the podcast. And normally, at this point, I say, yeah, we're so excited to hang out. We have this great guest coming on. That's not the case today. Instead, I get to hang out with some of my favorite people in the universe. So we are actually going to be hanging out with the RecPoker core team, the podcast team here. We're going to kind of catch up on what's going on. There's been so many things with RecPoker and everybody's involved in different things. So we thought, let's just take a breather. Let's actually pause. We're not rushing through announcements at the end. And let's just talk about what's going on in RecPoker Nation. We promise it won't just be a big commercial. It's really just about kind of connecting over what we're learning in poker and all that kind of stuff. So let's just introduce ourselves. My name is Steve Fredland. I go by RecPoker Steve in the PokerStars home game. And Sammy Farha said, the one who bets the most wins. Cards just break the ties.
I'm Andrew Feist. I'm dealer 412 in the home game. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity.
Oh.
And I'm Chris Jones, 5x5 on PokerStars and Twitter. And I just want to give a shout out to Captain Walleye, who coolered me this weekend in an ACR tournament.
Nice. But you're not bitter, right?
I'm not bitter at all.
Sounds like he's over it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jim Reed, Bluff Storini in the home game, #1 in your hearts. And I just want to say that poker is the most fun you can have with all your clothes on.
And I'm John Somsky. I'm Poker Geek MM everywhere. And I have a quote from Michael Acevedo in regards to studying weird situations. His quote was, "What are you doing? Just don't do that, man."
And I'm Rob Washam. I'm Radman50 everywhere. And as I found out this weekend at the Grand Casino, Casino in Oklahoma City, there is no bluffing in the 1-2 game. Just want you to know that.
which is tough. We were talking about that off air. You've never bluffed once in your life.
I know.
That should be the time.
I tried to bluff and they called me off with second pair. Couldn't believe it. It was horrible.
Unfair.
Well, this is awesome, you guys. This is super exciting. We have a number of folks, Ben, Binkley, Doug, Jack, Jacob, Jim, Kian, Kim, Martha, Trond, all hanging out. Troy's out there as well, hanging out, listening in. If you're a premium member at RecPoker, you get to hang in to these chats and ask questions of the panel or ask questions of the guests. So welcome to you folks out there. So like I said, this is just kind of sort of a round robin brainstorm. What's going on in the world of RecPoker? And so I don't know, Jim, do we lead with the big one? Or do you keep that in the can? What do you think?
I think we should lead. Let's lead with the big one. Let's just tell people what they absolutely cannot miss about today's episode, and then maybe we'll tell them some of the more exciting details at the end. But you blow them out of the water, Steve.
So maybe we'll hold off on actually awarding a prize till later.
I think that's right.
Just so all these folks don't jump off. But yeah, so the big news in RecPoker Nation, a lot of stuff going on all the time. If you guys are a regular listener, you know that a few weeks ago we had Farid Jattin on. Farid's currently ranked the #5 poker player in the world. And through a series of events, we have encouraged him, and he has agreed, to actually do a training course, the training course that he offers exclusively for RecPoker. This is a pretty big deal for us. Farid rules, absolutely. We're seeing some chats come in there. And so he actually does this course. He's done it a couple of times. He sells out immediately. He normally offers this thing for $1,000. And it's 10 different sessions over 5 weeks. So 2 sessions a week. Each session is 2 hours long. And I've seen the itinerary. It's absolutely gold. And so he has made this available to RecPoker Nation. Now, there is a cost to it. And so we'll get into some of those details there. But it's a pretty big opportunity for us here at RecPoker to improve our game in the context of our community. So normally, if you would attend his seminars, you'd be hanging out with him and Martin Jacobson and all these people that made millions of dollars. And so the discussion and the questions might look a little bit different. This is our opportunity to engage in the training and then ask questions at the end of it of Farid and of the group that are sitting through the training. And then we're also going to offer some additional sessions outside of that. So after each session, we're going to click over to another Zoom meeting and spend an hour together hanging out and kind of debrief, decompress. What were the highlights? What were the key takeaways? We'll have some other sessions midweek and that sort of thing. But that is kind of the big reveal, I guess, today. And if you're out there going, maybe that doesn't sound like a big deal, it's just another training course. It's going to blow your socks off if you're able to participate in this. I mean, we've got a great team putting together great content, but it's not every day that you have an opportunity to learn from somebody who's number 5 GPI in the world, by far the top money winner from Colombia. It's about $6 million, I think, $5-6 million in tournament winnings. So what are you guys thinking, man? Are you guys fired up about this, or what's the deal?
First of all, we got to take our hat off to Farid because he's such a good guy. He understands our mission to bring this kind of stuff to recreational poker players, and he knows that we don't all have $1,000 to take some high-level poker strategy course from one of the best players in the world. So he's working with us. He's given us the option to give out some discounts, give out some coupons, allow our premium members to get it for a discount. And I really feel like we're bringing this pro-level stuff down to the recreational level budget, and I think I can't thank Farid enough for understanding how important it is to spread the knowledge, to keep the recreational player. And it's just great to be working with someone who sees eye to eye like that.
Yeah, I think that's right. We haven't talked about the pricing and all that stuff. So if you're not part of RecPoker, you're still going to pay full price. Like, that's the deal. Like, however, like you said, he said, yeah, let's figure out a way to do some discounts. So we can get into all the details now or later. But at the end of the day, check out the store. It's out on the RecPoker website already. You can look at the discounts. There's some early bird pricing. If you're different member levels, you get it for different pricing and all that jazz. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
Will he take PokerStars play money?
Yeah, I
says
saw
Kian.
in the chat there was a comment about will he take PokerStars play money. We've all learned a lot there.
Yeah, we've all learned.
Yeah. What are you guys bankrolling on the PokerStars play money site?
I'm up to a couple million by now, I think.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of up there too. No, but I'm really excited. This has always been a player that I have really admired. He's one of the players that when I hear he's on a stream, that's a stream I'm going to watch because it's just a dynamic level of play. I think he takes control of any table he sits at, even when he's at a high roller table. He's somebody who I think even high roller players, like some of the elite, fear him because he's just unpredictable and he's so aggressive. And I think I think we can learn a lot from him. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of the big news. One of the things that we're going to do as we go forward, and Jim and I are sort of figuring out what's the strategy for this. Like I said, there's discounts if you're a member. If you're not a member, become a member and get a discount. But if you're already an existing member, you get some additional bonus discount because one of the things we're trying to do with RecPoker is, man, we take care of the people that are loyal to us, the people that have been part of this community for a while. So if you've already been a member for a while, you're going to get a deeper discount. That's just sort of the way we roll. We want you to never know what's going to come around the next corner. So there'll be discounts for that, but also we are looking at giving different discounts whenever we can, different coupons, if you will, whenever we can, including tonight. We are going to be giving a coupon away to one of the folks that's listening in here on the podcast that's engaged with us during this real time. And then we're going to be looking at adding like $100 giveaways, $50 giveaways, discounts off of the course for maybe we throw them on different tournaments. Maybe we throw them on social media, different contests here and there. So we're kind of working all of that out, but there's going to be a ton of opportunities to get discounts beyond the pricing that's already there. We figure probably up to another $200 discounts you can get off of this course, making it hopefully pretty manageable for everybody to be able to get into that course that wants to.
And I think one of the things I'm excited most about is this.
Oh, your volume is kind of dying on you there, Jim. Jim always has this, and the most insightful things he has to say are when his microphone starts to poop out a little bit here. Well, what else is going on, guys? So that's kind of the big news. We'll give a coupon away here later, a discount off of the course. But maybe Jonesy, you want to talk a little bit about what's going on in seminar world or what you got coming up?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of things. Well, we launched our first blog post, so we're gonna have a regular column that's gonna be connected to the seminars that I'll be kind of writing. It'll be sort of on the subject of seminars. So our December seminar is all about draws. Big draws, little draws. How do you play draws? How do you play massive combo draws to gut shots that make no sense. How do you kind of play all those things? And I think we've had a really good conversation about that. And then we're planning for January. We're gearing up. I actually just wrote the article about this today, planning the seminar, kind of all about tells and reads. This is one we've got a lot of requests on. I think also as the world, we're kind of looking at the world returning, hopefully, to sort of more normalish. I think there's going to be the live game is going to become sort of a bigger deal towards the second half of this year or second half of 2021 with any hope. So and those live tells and reads become so much more important in the live game. So we'll be talking a lot about that in January, and I'm excited for that conversation. I have a lot to learn about that too, because it's an area of the game which I've mostly more focused on sort of the theory and the math and those kind of things. So I'm really excited for the conversation around tells. So it should be fun.
Yeah, and you sort of all laid out already kind of the next several conversations, right, for the seminar. I know you had a big strategy for all of last year, and now you kind of got this next wave laid out, right?
Yeah, we've got it laid out through I think through May or June, and then I'm really going to be soon. I want to turn to our members for input about topics and subjects so that we can map out the second half of next year as well. Just sort of like, what should we be covering? What do you want to hear from us on? And so that kind of also allows the other thing that's kind of going on in Memberland is we've got the focus study group, which Jim's been taking a really active part with as well. I'm helping sort of just facilitate. I don't like to use the word lead because it's really being led by the participants there, but helping facilitate the conversation, ask some questions of people, give some people some homework assignments, and there's a lot of independent study going on. And then Jim's facilitating or working with the group to meet more frequently even. So it's kind of spun off into some more frequent study groups. I think people are really liking that ability for both accountability and sort of a topic-based thing that we can all study and learn together. So that's
I've been hearing something like amazing things out of that, like how many people are engaged. I see community is building because they're taking shots at Jim in the chat. I'm kind of curious, the folks that are the folks that are listening in, like how many of you are participating in some of those, any of our stuff that we're doing, whether it's the the live the kind of the chats that Jim is doing, the focus, all of these things. How many of you guys are out there kind of participating in it? And then also in the chat, throw out there any ideas for seminars too, as Chris is sort of soliciting ideas. I'd love to have you throw some ideas out there that maybe he hasn't considered. But Jim, I keep hearing all of these people that are participating in this thing. It's like this growing bulk of people that are coming through.
It's amazing, and it's great. And I want to make a point of this and telling all our premium members. Yeah, we've been doing this. So Chris is running this monthly study group, The Focus, where he puts all everyone's information together. It's an independent study model, but we all kind of submit information over the course of the month, and then Chris synthesizes it, and we all talk about that common information. But it has turned into this weekly study group where we're meeting on Saturday mornings, and every premium member at rec.poker is welcome to come and join us. And I think we're gonna focus on the focus for a couple of those, but I think for some of them we're just going to get together and talk poker. So, and I think there might be an opportunity to do this on more times out of the week, because we already have this great routine of the Monday night, the Wednesday night, these directed programming sessions. But I think just to get some premium members together to talk poker on a regular basis, these study groups are going to be a big thing that's going forward. So Saturday morning, we talked about maybe doing one on Thursday evening or something like that. I am so excited about it. It's just so fun to get together with these people and talk about poker. And so email me, jim@rec.poker. And if you can't make the Saturday one, let's just find another time and we can get a few of these going in the week, because it's way too much fun to not have everybody involved.
Are you sensing, I mean, what I'm sensing, is sort of, I guess, for lack of a better term, more of a manifestation of the vision that we have, which, we want people to learn the game. We want people that want to learn, and they are doing it. And Chris is just crushing it with the content, but big part of the vision is not just content. There's a lot of really good membership, content sites, but it's that community side we keep talking about. And it feels like, I don't know what you guys think, and across the board, anybody can answer this, but like, it feels like over the last month or two, especially, there's been sort of a greater element of that community building. Are you guys sensing that?
Yeah, I think definitely putting the new website together in launching in July, it still took a couple months for people to kind of get used to how it was going. But I feel like, yeah, as you said, it's Steve's like September, October, people are taking ownership of some of these places and showing up every week in the sessions and making their own notes and getting more involved. And I've definitely seen some people stepping up. It's been great to see.
Yeah, and the book study every week, or every time we have the book study, we're getting more and more people out there. I mean, we had like 9, 10 people all chatting together about the last couple of zones that we talked about, and just seeing all of that community coming together and everybody talking. It's just, it's really fun. I just think it's just a great environment.
And it feels like, I mean, the people that are drawn to this thing seem like they're very positive people, right? I mean, it seems like, hopefully, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this in the air, but it doesn't seem like you have any duds out there. I mean, right? It seems like it's a really good group of people. Maybe chat offline if I'm wrong about that.
Hey, it's RecPoker Nation, you know.
Rob,
it's RecPoker Nation.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Everybody's very respectful for each other's opinions, and we don't always agree on the course of action that we're talking about, but it does engender the conversation. It gets it going, so I like it.
Well, what's awesome about that too is that there's not really anybody that would be called so-called lurker in the group there. Everybody's willing to contribute, and that's what's making those really enjoyable for me too on those Wednesdays. Is everybody's willing to throw in their 2 cents, which is great.
We've got some great comments in the chat here. Troy says it's hard to talk locally to people who are engaged in poker at the same level. And so the ability to build a relationship with others, even on the other side of the world, is unique to RecPoker. And it's such a better proposition than your standard training site. Thank you, Troy. We didn't pay Troy to say that or anything at all. It's just
we didn't?
Well,
we paid him in Australian dollars, so
but that doesn't count.
And
That's
Kim
like
makes
Poker
the great
Stars dollars.
Poker Stars dollars.
Like
and Kim says, yeah, that not agreeing is the best part, and that's right. Because I think there's a difference between, like, because when we don't agree, we still have a good time not agreeing. We disagree respectfully, and we disagree with an eye towards finding truth, you know, getting better together. And so I think disagreeing is a wonderful thing when it's done right. And Kim's a good example of how you can disagree with people and still be good about it. So it's very, very in the RecPoker mold. It makes me so happy.
And it's so fun. People like Troy. Hopefully this is okay that I share this, Troy. But you know, Troy wanted to get some RecPoker merchandise and kind of represent the brand, which is super awesome. He lives in Australia, so we priced it out and looked at the shipping costs. Like, oh, like maybe not. So Troy, he finds, you know, we were both kind of searching. He finds a vendor in Australia who's willing to do small quantity printing stuff, so that I can work with him so we can print some merchandise and get it to Troy. Like, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty fun to see that sort of stuff happening. And, you know, and I do think, you know, I mean, we have been really diligent about making this a positive and encouraging community. And so, you know, every once in a while we kick somebody out of the home game. Every once in a while we kick somebody out of the forums. And I hopefully it's nobody listening, but, you know, I try to make it really clear. You know, the deal is, here's the deal. You know, we're not going to berate people at the table. We're going to disagree respectfully. And if you're not going to do that, find another community. And so I think for some people, maybe they're not used to that in the poker world because, you know, there can be a lot of divisiveness and that sort of stuff. But, you know, if you're listening to the podcast and that sounds like something you want to be a part of, you can get a free membership, jump in the forums, jump in the home games and hang out with us. And I love, you know, I feel like I'm missing out because, I mean, honestly, out of all you guys, I'm probably the least involved in some of the studying stuff, which grieves me because I want to get involved in that stuff. And like, I'm on the home game and I'll shove with 13 big blinds or something. And somebody's like, ooh, like a ninja. And I'm like, dang it. I know it. They're talking about the book study and I wasn't there and I don't know the details of that. So it's pretty fun to see the community building more and more like that kind of stuff. Somsky, what about you? The home games now, you know, a ton of stuff going on. I know we're having conversations, it seems like weekly, about what we could do more and different and all that stuff. Where are we kind of settling in and how are you feeling about everything?
Well, I think everything's going on great. As a matter of fact, there's almost too much excitement about it. I can hardly keep up with all of the ideas everyone has.
Right.
But it's going out great. This weekend we had record numbers turn out for the international series, so it looks like the time change for that to 8 a.m. on Saturdays, 8 a.m. Central Time and 2 p.m. Central Time has improved the turnout, and hopefully we can still get some of the international folks. It'll be better for their particular time zones. We're doing great with we still need a lot of people to sign up for their free RecPoker membership and get it associated with their PokerStars membership. And if you want your names to be announced on the podcast, don't forget that both your PokerStars username and your first name and last name need to be public in your forum or in your player profile on RecPoker. Totally up to you. If you don't want it to be public, that's fine too. But everything's going great. We're working on some new ideas for next year. So we haven't finalized it yet, but I'll just throw a little hint out. I think we're going to figure out a way for someone to win a gold pin in 2021.
I've only heard of these gold pins.
Yeah. Jim's the asterisk guy, so if there's a way to get a loophole to it.
Yeah, we got to figure out an asterisk.
What do you say, Rob?
I said those are like unicorns. I don't think they really exist, do
they exist. I could actually show you one. They exist. I think we bought 50 of them, but that might take us 15 years to give those out. They're going to be pretty elusive, but yeah. So if you're new to the podcast, you're like, what are you talking about? All right. Well, we give away a bronze pin for each of the different series that we have of the home games that we play for free on PokerStars. You can get one per year. So your first win in each series, you pick up a bronze pin, and then there are avenues like Tournament of Champions things where you can pick up a silver pin. And Jim's wearing one in the bill of his cap if you're watching this right now, with the big ad. I always got the bronze on there too. And
then, we're not messing around. You get them both.
Then John's noodling the gold pin. So that is something that's out there. Yeah. So John, what about the numbers on like kind of the nightlies? Where are those sitting? Have they been increasing, kind of settling in, or what are we getting kind of every night on those?
We get somewhere between 50 and 70 on an average night. And it usually depends upon the given nights, but on our last No Limit Hold'em series, I think we got close to 80 people in that particular one.
Dang, that's
so
awesome.
That's the first Wednesday of the month. We're getting a lot of good things there, and we have 2 Tournament of Champions that are coming out this month. We're doing our normal monthly Tournament of Champions for the nightly series, and we're having a Tournament of Champions for the No Limit Hold'em series. So all of the 12 winners, turns out no one won 2 tournaments in the No Limit Hold'em series this year. So we have 12 separate winners who got a spot for their win, and then we are adding in an additional 6 players, the top points earners, to also compete to fill that out to 18. And we have 6 alternates waiting in the wings. So if you have qualified for that, and you want to make sure you get your seat, you got to get signed up. Otherwise, I'm going to give that seat away to someone else who will actually show up. So it's going to be a great time.
And what's the deadline for that sign up, John, before you give that seat away to someone else? Do you have a date for people?
Yes, I do. And of course, I do not know what it is. So you guys keep on talking and I will go look that up.
Yeah. Well, he's talking. I sort of want to petition the group to see if we could expand that field from 18 to like 30 so I could get in.
I second that motion.
I need a lot of alternates, people. I need a lot of help. I'm not going to make it. Tell John.
You got to earn your way in, Steve. You got to earn your way in.
I didn't. It was a really rough year for me in those monthlies. Like, I didn't play them all, but I played most of them. And like, man, it was so frustrating. Like, I was on a roll. I got like a second, a third, and then I'd get like 25th in that thing. Like, come on, man. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, so the first Wednesday of every month is the No Limit Hold'em series, a special nightly tournament, if you will. That counts for Player of the Year. Then the second Wednesday, we do a mixed game. That's got another set of points attached to that deal. And then these TOCs. And somebody mentioned this in the chat. Is the monthly regular TOC, is that tonight, John?
No, the monthly regular TOC will be a week from tonight.
Okay, so we're recording on December 7th. I got nervous that I was going to miss the TOC.
No, it's on December 14th, and then the No Limit Hold'em series is on December 16th. Because it's set so close to each other, we're having them in 2 different clubs. So if you've joined the championship club for the normal monthly TOC, it's going to be a completely different club for the No Limit Hold'em series. And you have until December 12th to sign up for that. And then the No Limit Hold'em series is the 3rd Wednesday of the month, which is December 16th. So on December 13th, start looking for, if you're an alternate, start looking to see if I'm calling out your name and trying to get you into the club. And everyone can sign up for the club, including the alternates. I will just suspend you as soon as I add you into the club.
Good thinking.
And then if one of the other people don't show up, I will end up unsuspending you, and then you'll be allowed to sign up for the tournament.
So normally we release this on Tuesday, so that would be December 15th. We'll try to release next week on the 14th. So if you're listening to this on that same day, it gives you a little bit of lead time on that deal. Well, phenomenal stuff, John. So next year is looking kind of the same way, or what are you excited about for next year?
Well, we're looking at a few ways to improve it. So we might throw a little bit of spice in the No Limit Hold'em series. I still need to work out the details there, and I'm going to finalize the mixed game series. But in order to give people a little extra practice, what we're going to do is every Sunday night, in addition to our No Limit Hold'em game for the nightly series, sorry, every Saturday night, we are going to be running the same mixed game that will be the next mixed game series. So you're going to get 4 or 5 shots at practicing before that mixed game, so you can try it out a little bit and get your feet wet and see if you can learn how to play it.
So John, the February mixed game is PLO, I think. So you're saying on every Saturday night in January, there'll be like a practice PLO game in the home game club?
Well, what we'll actually do is starting this weekend or this month after this Wednesday, the following Saturday will be the same game that we're playing in January. And then we'll do that through the second Wednesday of the month. And then following that, the first Saturday after the second Wednesday, we'll start PLO for the February event. So basically, every Saturday there's going to be a mixed game, and it's going to be the next, whatever the next mixed game will be.
And is that part of a series? Does that count for anything? That's literally just a practice tournament.
It will.
Is it TOC or pin worthy?
My thought process is it's going to be folded into the nightly series. So the winner of that will be eligible for the TOC.
Would it be 2 tournaments on a Saturday then, or just the one?
2 tournaments on a Saturday. So
buckle
we'll have
up,
both
baby.
the
We're gonna
No Limit
practice
Hold'em
multi-tabling.
and mixed games.
Yeah,
And
so we don't.
that does get a little bit more
games.
complicated when you're playing 2 different games.
Yeah, I bet. And I see Kian's asking about knockouts. We did look at some knockout options as well. It does make it kind of difficult to track the points, but we may end up playing some of those in a different format as well. Yeah, I love knockouts, so that's definitely on the list.
Yeah, and to William's question about is there a mixed game TOC, my understanding is there is not. There's just the mixed game points. So this month is horse, and then the points are tallied. That's your silver pin winner. There's no actual tournament for the mixed game.
Actually, to be correct, the next month is the 8-game mix.
Oh,
So it has horse in there, but there's also No Limit Hold'em.
good
I think,
Lord.
PLO. I don't remember the 8 games, but it's going to be an 8-game mix. They're all games that I believe they're all games that we've played before. So if you've played all of the mixed games this year, you'll know them, but it's going to rotate through all 8 games.
Binkley's asking if Raz is part of that.
Yes, I believe Raz is part of that.
So, John.
And I think there's some form of deuce to 7 as well.
Okay, so John, I give you some garbage because you're known as the nicest guy in poker, but yeah, you 3-bet me, and so I don't know that you are. And so I was kind of thinking like, well, who's the nicest guy in poker if not Somsky? And so I was starting to think inside of RecPoker Nation. I thought, well, maybe Danny Schneider. Danny Schneider.
Good choice.
Now he just puts a chat in here. We love knocking out Canadians that live in Toronto.
I didn't see that, you bastard.
He sort of created a little bit of a gap between himself and you, John. So you're safely secure at number 1 right now.
Thanks,
Well,
Danny.
that's good. And actually, I want to tell everyone that I consider myself to be the nicest guy in poker when dealing with everyone except Steve Fredland.
Okay, thank you. Because that rings true. That rings true to me.
Exactly.
Sounds fair.
Hey, Andrew, I'm kind of curious about the, if some of you guys might not know that we have these great affiliate relationships as well with some of these other training sites. I'm kind of curious if you got anything going on there. I know we've had some conversations. Is there anything that you can kind of reveal about maybe a potential new partner? Wink, wink, or
well,
not yet?
Got a couple emails out. We don't have anything in response yet, but we do have a couple new partners in the works, as it were. But yeah, we have a few that are possibly going through, and that would be awesome if they do. I'm hoping he emails back, or they email back very shortly. So
I'm kind of curious just from your perspective, Andrew, though I know you guys might not realize this, but Andrew, as our affiliates director, he gets access to all of the content that's out there. So if you look at our list of content providers, which what I mean, it's Fedor's, it's Learn Pro Poker, it's Red Chip Poker, it's pokercoaching.com, it's all the stuff. So he gets access to all this stuff, and we make like 15 minutes of that, of each one of those, available to our premium members in one way, shape, or form there. But I'm kind of curious, Andrew, as you're sort of digging into all of that, share a little bit about kind of what you're learning, or where do you think most of your growth has happened, I guess, as you're digging into that stuff?
So I've kind of been digging into a lot of the deep stack stuff with Learn Pro Poker right now. So he's got a lot of, like, Ryan has been releasing and working with Range Trainer Pro too, which is, they've partnered up and have a joint relationship to where you can get a joint membership with them too. But those two coming up with all of like the pre-flop stuff, and I've never really thought, I'm always focusing on, like, with the short stack ninja stuff, I've always focused on short stack play. Well, now I want to focus on deep stack play, because maybe that'll prevent me from getting to the short stack.
Well, yeah, if you play like you do, you don't have to worry about deep stack.
Right? So that's been kind of what I've been looking at, and it's crazy the differences you have when you get to 60 big blinds, 100 big blinds, that kind of thing, to where we can't all play like Taylor Moss where we have 100 big blinds at all times. Right. So we want to make sure, but that's kind of what I've been really, this week has been hammering deep stack play from all positions, and pre-flop, what to do if you get 3-bet, what to do, all that kind of stuff. It's just phenomenal stuff.
And Andrew's Learning with Partners program is really at the front edge of our learning aspects here. Chris Jones does a monthly seminar. We have a bunch of these other ways for people to study together, to learn together, to read together. But Andrew selects these snippets of premium content from other sites. He picks them just for us. We have their permission to come and show it. If you watch the Learning with Partners posts, they come out every week, you'll get over an hour of premium poker training content that other people are paying at least hundreds of dollars for on a monthly basis. So if we love all the community stuff that we do here, but there's some cutting edge poker learning going on here as well. And I mean, Andrew's at the forefront of that. So it's one of my favorite things that we do.
Yeah, we release that once a week, and you guys will be able to see some stuff from all of our affiliates every week. And then, once we get more affiliates here, possibly the next short bit, we'll be having a little extra dump, so you'll be getting more than 4 or 5 a month. So it's crazy amount of content that.
Yeah, and I would say if people are out there listening, going, man, I don't even know what the difference is between these, feel free to reach out to Andrew too. Ask him any questions. If you're wondering, well, here's where I'm at in my game. Here's where I want to go with my game. He can answer those questions on maybe what would be the right resource for you. So man, take advantage of the fact that, Andrew's in there on a daily basis, probably kind of digging into that. So it's really cool stuff that he's got going there. A couple of things in the chat I wanted to address quick. So Doug says Lauren is his vote. That's a pretty good one. I won't disclose who that is, but that is a pretty good, Rob's nodding his that he knows him. That's a pretty good vote for the nicest guy in poker. That might be, if John keeps talking about me the way he does, that might be my #1 vote. I'll let you guys talk about the other thing in the chat, but one last thing. Doug also asked about the Farid training, if it'll be recorded and available for people that buy it. Maybe is the short answer. We are working that out with Farid right now to see if we can record it and make those available to the people that purchased it. Or potentially later. Otherwise, we don't know that yet. One thing we do know, however, is those supplemental kind of extended conversations that we're going to have. So like I mentioned, we'll do the training course. Then if you basically buy those additional sessions, those are all going to be recorded and available to anybody that purchased that. So that part we know for sure will be.
Well, let's leak out a couple more details about that now, just because you brought us back to it. So the main course is Farid's going to be doing these coaching sessions in this group on Monday and Wednesday evenings.
Nope. Wednesday and Fridays.
Wednesday and Friday.
We have all these. Somsky's got all these dates in our head now. We don't even know. It's the third Wednesday after the second Saturday behind the fourth Thursday. We're going to be running a mixed game with Farid. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, one of these days. So these are going to be 2-hour sessions with Farid on Wednesday and Friday evenings. And what we're doing is we're adding a layer of learning together with RecPoker Nation. So at the end of these sessions, we're going to have another group discussion for an hour each night. And then we're also going to have a weekly study group that meets in between the sessions to kind of absorb and reflect. And we'll have some extra learning materials there. We'll have a forum in the RecPoker groups and that kind of thing. And so that extra learning package, those will be recorded and will be available for the members that take part in that deal. We don't know for sure if the Farid sessions will, but this extended learning package will be available.
Yep, and yeah, somebody mentioned earlier in the chat too about Martin Jacobson. So they must know. So Farid has done this course himself. He's also done this course with Martin Jacobson. So it sounds like we're going to be able to make a connection with Martin potentially for the podcast, maybe some other things. I think there's a potential that Martin may join for a session or two as part of this, but that is not guaranteed as part of this deal. But there is a connection there. You are right that he has done that with Martin before. Yep. So what else is going on, you guys? I mean, let's just Chris, you have something to say there?
Chris is dying. I can tell looking at
him.
him.
I want to go back to the home game thing, and this is just a tease for everyone. We haven't figured out all the details, but I tell you, the thing that I'm like just so excited for 2021 is we're going to be launching some sort of bracket style heads up March Madness tournament for RecPoker Nation.
Let's go.
And I just think that's going to be a blast. So we'll figure out how we do it, how we get the seeding, how we kind of build it all. I don't think we'll actually seed people, but we'll get the brackets built. It's going to be really fun.
Oh my gosh,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Great comments there too. And I think we'll figure out some big, Facebook Live reveal sort of bracket, something or other, or a Zoom call. That would be super fun. And I want Somsky first round so bad.
Why? You don't want to play very long?
I know. I guess.
Right?
It's a win-win, I guess. Either I just get to enjoy the rest of it, or I get to crush your soul.
Crush his soul. Man.
Yeah,
and
that'd be so fun, man.
One thing I'll say about that is that we're probably going to have a prize for that. Like we've got these bronze pins that we make the prize for a lot of tournaments, but. Kind of taking you behind the curtain a little bit, Steve's been running this podcast for a few years now, and people are starting to notice, and they're starting to help us with some promotional material every once in a while that we get to give out as prizes. So you'll notice last week in the podcast, we gave away a copy of Michael Acevedo's book. We're looking at a couple other, we're going to be giving out a lot more prizes. So there's going to be some, and we're not going to tell you when we're doing it either. So if you're a premium RecPoker member, show up in the events, look in the forums, wink. Make sure you scroll down to the bottom of the video posts, go check out some of the places in the site that you might not look at all the time. And you're going to find some little hidden Easter eggs here and there that you might enjoy. So expect a lot more giveaways, more prizes, more fun stuff like that for the people that engage and contribute in the discussions that we're having.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things happening on that front for sure. And I think we've reached the point where now we can just ask. People are like, because they like what we're doing. They like the reputation in the community, and they love the idea of the contribution sort of the RecPoker community is making to poker in general and the positivity. So that's a reflection on the whole nation. People out there wearing patches, wearing sweatshirts, wearing all kinds of stuff. You guys are a great reflection of the brand, which means people will give us more to give away. So that's a really cool thing. Yeah, John, do you want to talk about that comment they just made in the chat at all?
Yeah, this is something, I don't know, for those of you who used to play the old Apes series, it was an Ante Up for Money series. This was back pre-2011, pre-Black Friday. I created a little site that tracked all of the stats for that. And I'm planning on taking that to the next level with some of our RecPoker stuff. So I've just started programming it right now, and it's going to take me, unfortunately, longer than I had hoped. But sometime during 2021,
yeah, hopefully. Good Lord.
How long do we have to wait for this?
Yes, sometime during the next century. No,
by 2121.
Sometime this next year, it will be launched, and you'll be able to see how people are progressing when they're moving up and down the POI rankings, or what your ROI is in given tournaments, or who has played the most tournaments, or who's got the most second places, or whatever you want to think of. It'll be, I think, really cool and really engaging. It'll be a lot of stuff that we can have bragging rights. There'll be enough stats in there that almost everyone can get a stat. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And speaking of some of the stuff that you just mentioned, Danny, maybe put in the chat. I'd love to have you come on and I'd love to allow you to talk on the podcast if you're open to it. But the reason I bring Danny up is because he and Colin Anderson are planning our first annual Rec Poker Awards show, January 27th. They have come up with some fantastic stuff. I'm making sure he doesn't tell me not to talk in the chat or whatever. It's going to be so fun. We've got a bunch of awards that are going to be given. Some of them are related to the home game results that John is sort of cooking up. But some of them are just going to be fun, about our guests that we've had, about some of the panel, all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, Danny,
I don't think he's going to make it. Danny's splitting his attention right now.
We won't tell you why Danny can't join us. It's not bad, but no, it's going to be super fun. And so we are actually going to be sending out a survey pretty soon to the members for a few things. We've got a lot of the things figured out, but we've got like a list of what's the favorite, which Rec Poker guest would you love to have dinner with? Well, we've got like 30 on our list. So we need some help paring that down. So we're going to put that out to the membership and say, help us vote on this initially to get it down to like the top 5. And then for a number of these things, we're going to be sending out the survey to say, all right, here's the 5 nominees or 4 nominees. Who do you think should win it? And we are going to use those results for the announcement on the Rec Poker Awards show. And we already have a dozen of our top level pros that have said, I'd love to give out an award. And so, we won't give them all away, but like Chris Moneymaker wants to give away an award and that kind of stuff. So, there's a chance maybe you get your, whatever we end up calling these things, these awards.
That's a question too.
You might get a recce or whatever we call it from Chris Moneymaker. So who knows? But if you have some ideas, we are open to them. But I think we have about 6 hours worth of things to announce in about a 90-minute show, so we have to pare it down a little bit. But that's going to be super fun too. So anything else, guys? Like anything else going on inside the nation, or anything else going on in the world that you want to chat about?
Well, I'm excited about the Rec Room. We talked about this a little before. So we are doing this kind of every once in a while, once a month or so, we put out this other edition of the podcast where I know everyone who's listening knows about the Wrecking Crew, where some of our wizards who are premium members have decided to take it to the next level and join the Wrecking Crew, where we can put a little bio page together for them, so they can tell everyone about their poker story and why they love poker. People that are looking for help specifically from one person can work with them. You can sell their coaching services in our shop, stuff like that. So one of the things we're doing every month now is any premium member can just email me, jim@rec.poker, and say, I want to talk to this Wrecking Crew member, and this is the subject matter that I want to have. I want to talk about this hand with Taylor Moss. And I'm going to get you in the room with Taylor Moss. You're going to spend 20 or 30 minutes talking about that hand. We're going to record it, and then we're going to share it as a podcast and with our premium members. So come on down to the Rec Room and play around. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to.
That's so play around in the Rec Room. I love it. So a couple of things before we start to wrap up a little bit. We got to get to the home game results, but maybe Jim, maybe it's the time to announce the winner of this giveaway for Reed. I know people have been on here for a long time, and some people might have their schedule to keep. So maybe you got to die. So you tell us what you're going to do, what you're going to give away, how you're going to do it, and then after that, I want to hear what the panel's all doing for Christmas. That's what I want to hear. And then we'll get into the home game results. So you can think about what answer you want to give me.
So we'll go over the pricing a bit quick so that people know what they're actually getting here. So the course is $1,000. That's what Farid charges the people that would pay him ordinarily. If you are, and everything, if you purchase it before the end of December, you get a $50 early bird discount. So take $50 off everything I'm saying right now. $1,000 to buy it. If you're a free community member at rec.poker, take another $50 off. So if you get to the website and you're not a free community member and you'd rather pay $50 less, join the free community and get $50 off your ticket. If you get a new premium or Wrecking Crew membership account, that only cost, the annual premium membership is only $150 a year. We're going to give you $200 off your ticket price. So you're making money not to do that. If you are an existing member who didn't have to hear about this amazing offer to sign up, we're going to reward those that have been with us this whole time. We're going to give you the course for $750. So it's $250 off. plus that extra early bird discount. So you're actually going to be getting it for $700. And then the really fun thing that we're doing, I'm sure I missed something there that Steve will correct later, but we're also going to be handing out these little coupons throughout December and January, where you can, for $50 off, $100 off, it depends on what you're part of, you can stack these up too. So if you would ordinarily be paying $750 for the course and you get a few of these $50 coupons, well, guess what? Now you're only paying $550 or $600 for the course. So tonight, to kick it off, we're going to give away $100 on the podcast here. $100 you will not have to pay. And so you go to the website, you see the price, you will be a member already, so you get to see that low member price and take an extra $100 off. So I've got a 20-sided die. All the nerds out there know why. There's 6 panelists and 14 attendees here, and we're going to take the panelists right out of the equation. So I'm just going to discount numbers. Yeah, sorry guys, this one's just for the fans. So let's roll it here. I'm not going to count those 6. We'll see what we get. 1 to 14. Number 5. So let's start at the top and count down. Ben, Binkley, Danny, Doug, Jack Burke.
Berkey, Obner.
Is number 5. So Jack Burke, you should send Steve an email, steve@rec.poker, and just say on the podcast on Monday night, I won a $100 coupon. And everyone, don't let this stop you from going out and buying this ticket, the seat, because seating is limited. And if you buy the ticket for $1,000 and then later you get a coupon, we're just going to refund you your money for that amount. So there's no reason not to go buy it now. You treat these coupons as cash. We're going to make sure that you get made whole. So go reserve your seat. Congratulations, Jack. I'm excited to have you in the course. You're going to love this course, Jack.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a preview of it. It's pretty ridiculous. It's going to be really, really good. And so, yeah, if you have any questions at all, Jim at rec.poker, Steve at rec.poker, we're both open to that. The product is out in the store, so you can go out there and kind of look around, see what's offered, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we will accumulate these deals. This does not mean you need to go buy it tonight, Jack. Just let me know that you got it. And we will just sort of record who's won all of these things. So then when you purchase it, when you're ready to purchase, shoot me an email. Say, hey, I got some coupons. Shoot me an email. I will tell you how to proceed to get all of your discounts. So I know a lot of logistics in there, but sometimes it's easier just to explain it than to try to read it all on the piece. As far as how many seats, we don't know yet, but we do know it will be limited. We have been working with Farid. He tends to keep his down to 15 or so. We are going to expand it beyond that, but we don't know exactly what that will be as far as numbers. So that will be something we'll release. It will be limited. But we don't know the number yet, unfortunately. Well, I mean, right? I mean,
no. I was laughing at the chat. That's exactly correct. Okay. Yeah. No. And Farid has a way of doing this where he's got his own. He knows at what level he can still be an effective coach and teacher. So we're trying not to limit it as much as possible, but we want as many recreational players in there. But we're not going to be able to put everyone who wants to be in, I think, is the short answer. So
a lot of the business side of things there. But yeah, guys, thanks for jumping on here. Congratulations, Jack. We will do these giveaways from time to time. We're working on a strategy, but they'll be all over the place. So just let us know if you have any ideas on how to do more of that too. But, I was hoping to kind of catch up a little bit with the crew too. We ended up pretty much talking shop and just talking business the whole time. But I'm curious what's going on with you guys. If you're willing to share what's cooking for Christmas. Any big plans?
It's only Rob, little plans.
Maybe start with Rob because he's the furthest south of all of us now.
Probably be in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, I will not be with my family for Christmas this year. Although I'll be with my wife, who is my main family, right? So the home is where your heart is. So
she's not a blood relative, is she? She's not a blood relative, is she?
Very funny, Steve.
Well, family. I'm just trying to explain what we're talking about here. Well, that's awesome, and you're kind of traveling right now a little bit, but you'll be in Vegas then.
Yep.
Nice. Anybody else got Christmas plans?
Just staying home and making a ham. The wife and I as well, Bronwyn and I and our dog Berkeley. We've got family in Toronto, but we love them too much to get them sick. So we're going to keep our distance, and we're going to have many Christmases to come where we all get to spend time together and enjoy each other's company and celebrate right. And if that means we have to spend 1 year keeping our distance and keeping everybody safe, that seems like a good trade to make.
I'm a little disappointed Berkeley hasn't made an appearance tonight on the show.
Here's so many centers.
Jim,
yeah, we're kind of
Chris?
planning some of the same stuff on my side. We're kind of like a more Zoom-based gathering that way, and then maybe kind of the tentative plan here is like, and this may be too optimistic because like who knows, but we're kind of planning maybe Christmas in July kind of gathering.
Oh, nice.
If the world cooperates.
Nice. I hope the world cooperates. I want to have a big get together with all you guys when the world cooperates too.
That would be really great.
How about another Rec Poker Day?
I know. That's the last time a lot of us played poker was February 29th in Rec Poker.
It really was.
That was the last time I played live poker.
Yeah,
me too.
I remember that day,
really
like people were sort of like talking about it a little, like this is like a thing. Is this going to be a big deal? And then it's just like, whoa, this is
Yeah, no, it turned into a big deal. And then, the coronavirus. Yeah, like, oh, you hear about this thing? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yikes. Andrew, how about you? What do you got planned?
We are not going to see much family. We have my sister and her kids were going to school. They're no longer going to school because obviously most things are shut down in Minnesota. But my parents are both over 70, so we're gonna stay home. We did for Thanksgiving also, and they weren't happy about it. But I mean, obviously they understood. We have a friend that's a couple that they both work from home also, and they're kind of our pod where we hung out with them on Thanksgiving. We're probably going to do a New Year's with them, but otherwise, I think we're going to be staying home for Christmas. It's going to be tough through the winter, but I mean, got poker, got you guys, got my lovely wife, so
love it.
What about you, Steve?
Well, as an introvert, I'm okay. We normally have like 40 people in our house, which 40 people don't fit in our house for like Thanksgiving. And so it was actually quite lovely. But no, it's different. But yeah, same thing as you guys. It's just super low key. A good chunk of the family that we would normally get together with will still be getting together. They're just sort of, kind of running their life that way. And so it's sort of awkward to have some of those conversations where, why aren't you coming to Thanksgiving? Why aren't you coming to Christmas? And so we're erring on the side of caution. Everybody has their own decision to make. For us, we've got a number of vulnerable adults that we bring food to on a regular basis, and we're just trying to be as careful as possible. So it's sort of awkward, but the introvert of me says, let's go, so I'm good. Somsky, what about you, man?
Well, I actually plan on having a programming fest. So I plan on spending a lot of time getting that RecPoker stat site going. I want to get to a point where I can actually start to show people a little bit of it and get some feedback on how to improve it. Because right now it's just all ideas in my head, and it's really hard to review that.
Yeah,
I would be jealous about the programming fest coming this year.
So when you guys that are out there listening are playing the home game, realize what Somsky is doing here. So he has put all those home games together, which is no small feat. Every one of you that applies to a home game club, which of now there are several, he needs to verify that you should be accepted and he accepts you. If you need to be kicked out, he'll kick you out. As far as what he's talking about with all these stuff, every day he puts out a post that talks about who won it, who's at the final table, how much did they win, all this stuff John is doing, and he's trying to automate as much as possible. Yes, but all of that takes time. So I would just say, sorry, not to be awkward, John, but like this guy is one of the crux backbone people of the Rec Poker experience this year. And what we've had during COVID, moving from let's have a tournament once a month to how about we do one every day? Wait, how about we do 3 on Saturdays? How about we add a practice Saturday? How about we do a bunch of series with different pins and table tournaments of champion? This is Somsky's, what he's doing for us. So seriously, if you have any way to contact John, tell him thank you, or send it to me and I'll forward it on. And I know you don't want to hear all that, John, but seriously, what an amazing year you have contributing to this community. So thank you for all of that hard work.
Well, it wouldn't be worth it if people weren't showing up, right? And all the members are showing up and we're all having a blast. I mean, it really takes something to make it the toughest free game in poker.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it is.
It does. Yeah. So with that, maybe let's transition. You can talk a little bit about what has happened in the last week that was Rec Poker home game, and then we'll wrap it up, guys.
All right. On December 2nd, we had the final of our No Limit Hold'em series. And Binkley, Eric Jin, won his very first No Limit Hold'em series. And, I didn't put it on the slide, but also one of the important things, Jamel Cuevas won the Player of the Year for the No Limit Hold'em series. Now that entitles him to one of the coveted silver pins.
Yeah.
So he will have a silver pin coming his way.
And John, sorry to interrupt you, but that's what we do.
Yep.
Would you say, but no, would you say like that is the biggest thing that's been accomplished so far in what we've done? I mean, we do Tournament of Champions, we do Player of the Year. I mean, we do different things. Do you think like right now is the Player of the Year points for that? Is that kind of our biggest accomplishment?
I think so. Right now, that, and of course, we're going to be having the mixed game Player of the Year coming up this week.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out who that is.
Yeah.
And that will also be another big accomplishment.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah, I think that and the No Limit Hold'em Series Tournament of Champions is going to be fun too.
Yep.
And I think the only thing that's going to top it is whatever we come up with for that gold pin next year.
Yeah.
And I just want to jump in quickly because one of the we talked about how we're giving away all these coupons. We gave the first one away to Jack Burke just now here in the podcast, but one of the first ones we're going to give away is the winner of that tournament on the 16th. So whoever ends up winning the crown, the No Limit Hold'em RecPoker champion of 2020, is also going to get a $100 lammer for our training course there. So, and we're going to be giving them out for a couple other tournaments as well. I would encourage people to play in the nightly tournaments and maybe go join a few regular RecPoker video discussions. There could be some fun. You never know what's going to happen. Thanks, guys.
All right. Then our international series on December 5th, we had Evil Roy CA and East Coast Bitter Ben.
Nice, Ben.
Evil Roy got his second international series win, and that was Ben's first.
Ben, yes, nice.
And then for the nightly series, November 30th, so long ago that I hardly even remember it.
Let's not even read it. Don't even read the November 30th.
We could just skip this
Don't
one.
even skip November 30th.
Count.
Okay, it's just Rob Washam. He only won his third nightly series.
Go, Robert.
Nice, Rob. Way to go, buddy.
Keck Geek, who is the father of Keck Geek 65, Mark Keck, got his third nightly series victory.
Jacob, how can you let that happen?
Dangerous family.
Yeah. ZGRT 1110, Raul Bitang got his third nightly series victory. And then, of course, we have another member to the Asterisk Club. Magra 44. Doug Drabeck got his 10th nightly series victory. However, this was on the night that PokerStars was having some issues, and they would not allow registrations to the tournament. So only the people who had pre-registered well in advance were able to play. So that nightly series tournament, you remember when I was saying it normally has like 50, 60, 70 people? That one had 5 players in it. So he is the newest member of the Asterisk Club.
Join me, Doug. Yes.
All of these people that I've talked to that are like, my God, I've been so close. I just can't win the thing. And they're just like kicking themselves like, why couldn't I have been lucky and gotten in on that one with 5 people?
Well, of course, Drabeck was there, so you probably would have lost the game.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
That's his 9.5 to 10th, right? So he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's not having a very good year if you take that one away.
It would only make sense that Double D would be the first one to double digits. So Doug, if that one doesn't count, you've got a little time left. Let's get that 10th for Doug Drabeck and the whole Drabeck clan.
Jeez Louise, yeah.
Exactly. December 5th, we had I Hate to Lose. William Alexander got his third nightly series victory.
He's a killer.
And then Dandy Regs G got he or her got his second nightly series victory.
Nice. Good stuff. Guys.
There's no easy seats. When we did our Tournament of Champions or something last month, there were 26 unique winners in that month.
Is that right?
Yeah, 2 months ago maybe. I remember I was looking at the list. So it's not like there's just a few people showing up and ringing their way through these tournaments. 26 unique winners in a month. That's really impressive.
Well, this month we have, because the international series also counts and we have the nightly series, we have 30 unique winners for this month's Nightly Series tournament.
Wow.
And 27 of them have already signed up for the club.
Nice.
So we only have 3 players left to go there.
Nice.
Good. Well,
We're
fantastic
learning,
stuff. And I would just sort of encourage you. One thing we didn't mention, we have, we got the forums and stuff on the website. Those are kind of for those long form discussions. Like if you want to dig into a hand, let's go. But we also have Discord, which we do link to from the website. But that's an app that you can use on your phone if you're not familiar with it. Sort of, we can do real-time railing. So there's a lot of good chatter out there in the PokerStars home game channel out there. So if you have any trouble finding that, just email me. I'll let you know. But John posts stuff out there, so you kind of see who wins. You kind of root them on, and that's part of this community thing. It's kind of fun to see all the chatter going, hey, way to go, Jacob. Hey, way to go, Ben. All that stuff is really fun to see.
And there's an audio channel on that Discord space as well. For while the home games are playing, you can just go and chat with whoever else is playing in the home game over the audio channel there, whatever table you're at. It's great. And I know some of the people in the chat here have been using it. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, super cool stuff. Well, anything else, guys? I know it's just kind of a catch up. I mean, we didn't even talk about everything, right? We didn't even talk about OPA.
I've got stuff on my list still. Yeah,
we didn't even talk about stuff like it's enough, man. I'm exhausted, but it's been so much fun. So, anything else that we really need to kind of pressing, or anything else you want to share with the nation before we close off?
Merry early Christmas! It's coming.
Yeah, to think it'll be the 14th or 15th by the time we release this thing is pretty crazy. We made it. We're almost made it through 2020. Let's hope that the 2021 is a little bit easier.
Here.
Jonesy's ready.
Everybody.
It'd be hard for it to be much harder.
I agree.
Let's hope
Why'd
so.
you have to jinx it, John?
Yeah, thanks,
I know,
John.
right? I mean, come
Everything was
on.
going great.
Who's going to say that?
John.
Let's
hope
timestamp that right there so we can play it next December.
Well,
good stuff, guys. Well, thanks for all the energy. Thanks for everything you guys have done. I know it's a group effort that we're doing, but everybody listening, everyone that's part of the chat, the whole community. I tell you this, and I've told you this before. I mean, I just have a blast doing it. The home games, I hate to miss them. I play more than I should. And I'm usually multitasking because I have a lot going on, but I just can't help get out there and maybe run into somebody to chat. And so thanks for making my life better just for being on the home games. I really do look forward to that every single night. So thanks to the nation, but we'll sign off there. Thanks, you guys. If there's anything we missed, just get a hold of us. Sign up for the newsletter. That's a great way to stay plugged in. Also, again, thanks to our sponsors, Running Aces Casino, Racetrack, and Hotel, website app, Learn Pro Poker, the small business community, and thanks to the panel. And if you have any questions about the Farid Jattin stuff, man, look me up, and we will chat about that. Otherwise, we'll chat next time. See you guys.